Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. Hello, America and beyond. We are here tonight to discuss the first ever episode of The Brink, HBO's The Brink. It's the pilot. It's actually called Pilot. And hey, my name is Lauren Lograsso. I am your host. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at LoloLogro and Facebook.com/Lauren Lograsso. And I have a very enchanting young man with me to my left. Would you care to introduce yourself, sir?
I would. What an introduction. Hi, guys.
Sure.
I'm John Manganello. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Johnny Mangs. No H in Johnny. Leave the H out.
We don't like H's here.
Nope.
None of them.
Not HPV.
Nope. Not HMOs.
Nope.
Because PPOs are way better.
I don't even know what those words mean.
Really?
Acronyms.
Okay, those are healthcare things. We can talk about that later. This does focus around American politics, and that is at the forefront right now, you know, Obamacare and everything. So let's get political, folks.
True.
Just kidding. Tonight, we're just going to talk about this show. But in talking about the show, I'd like to bring up to you guys, if you could, just go to podcast1.com real quick.
Even if you couldn't.
Even if you couldn't, just try, because it really helps us out, and we want to connect with you. We want to hear what you're thinking. There's like a 3-minute survey up there. It really helps us out if you just jump on there and take it. So connect with us, engage with us. We'll engage right back with you. All right. And we'd like to say Happy Father's Day.
Hey. Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Hey, Happy Father's Day to my dad.
You want to know something interesting?
I do.
Okay, well, you know it already.
Okay, well, tell the audience then.
Oh, right. They're not mind readers.
No.
Our fathers work in the same office building in Southfield, Michigan.
It's true.
And we work in the same building here in Los Angeles, California, the City of Angels.
What are the chances, folks?
Slim.
Pickens.
All right. So I can't believe we've been given a show. Lauren and I are old friends.
So old.
And we've always wanted to be in front of the camera.
We have.
And
We've
today,
spent many moons behind.
We
and
have
today,
a chance.
One chance, a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Yes, we always wanted to have a public access show on local television when we were kids.
We did.
And now we are on the internet.
Wow. Moving on up.
Moving on up to the east side.
And before we talk about the show, and then after we talk about ourselves a little bit more, apparently, I do need to tell you about one more thing.
Please.
I got to tell you something exciting, okay,
What?
Lauren? Listen to this. You can now apply for Dance Battle America, ABC's newest competition special.
I've seen those videos online. They're actually pretty crazy.
I know.
If you're going to battle, it should be through dance.
Oh, absolutely. Peaceful, please.
Peaceful.
Entertainment host Maria Menounos, also the fairy godmother of AfterBuzz TV, has come out with this new show, or is coming out with this new show, and now is your chance to be on it. Here's what you need. Okay, first of all, you don't need to be a professional dancer. It's meant to be fun.
Good.
Not scary.
Oh.
And we're calling it a TV special.
We are.
We are. Me and Maria. Now, I will tell you this, okay?
Okay.
You should submit for Dance Battle America on dancebattleamericacasting.com.
Okay.
That's where you do it.
It's so simple.
And it's an opportunity of a lifetime. All you have to do is go onto that website and submit a video.
Just one.
And remember, you don't have to be a pro like Julian Huff. You just have to have fun with it. That's why Dance Battle got started and why it took off. So once again, submit your dance videos to dancebattleamericacasting.com.
All right. Well, let's do it, folks. Why not have a little fun in this life? You only live once, unless you're Buddhist, then you live again and again. But we're only going to live in this body once. So let's do it.
All right, so The Brink.
The Brink.
Love the first episode.
It's very interesting. I think the cool thing about this show is that it got me wanting to do more research about what's actually going on. Like, they brought up some facts about Pakistan. I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's true. I should research before I talk about it.
Right.
You know?
HBO is on this whole kick with like satire and taking modern day politics and pop culture and playing with them and making fun of it. And I think similar to, because I just got done with Silicon Valley's After Show, and what these shows both do, I think, is take these things that are happening in the world. Obviously, Silicon Valley is dealing with, technology and things like that, and silicon, which is a big, resource
hot
these days.
topic issue.
And the Brink obviously dealing with like geopolitical, matters in the United States, war, things like that. And I think they're both taking these very real issues and running with them and blowing things out of proportion and satirizing them. And I think they do a great job at it.
They do. And I was surprised. I thought it was going to be like LOL funny, because we know how Jack Black is. He's very slapstick. I was happy to see that they took it in more of, even though it is satire and kind of blown out of proportion, it's more of a realistic viewpoint. And it's scary. I mean, they're talking about World War III here. So that is always a thing I've thought about, because I'm like, oh, there's only 1 and 2. What if they do a third World War, that is? And
similar to what Silicon Valley does, it makes these people who we put on such a pedestal as these geniuses or leaders or whatever, it makes them look like morons.
It humanizes them.
It's funny.
Yeah.
And that, to me, you're right, that's not knee slap and laugh out loud, but it is really smart, I think.
Yeah, Tim Robbins' character is crazy.
Totally.
Yeah. But
do you want to talk about his character?
I would love to.
Well, his character's name is Walter.
Walter. I have his last name down here, but I can't quite read it. It starts with an L, it seems. Larson? Maybe? We'll find out. But Walter, so he is the Secretary of State, from what we gather. And the scene with him opens up with him having sexual intercourse with a prostitute. And he's all tied up, and she smothers him. So he's a freak. He's a sexual freak.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's sexually adventurous.
Yeah. But, it's like people get so bent out of shape about politicians having these sex scandals, but they always say that JFK was like sleeping with everyone in Washington, D.C. and beyond.
I think it's something that's been going on in politics for ages. They have money and they have power, so they can get whoever they want to.
It's just not talked about. That's why I don't understand why people get so... I mean, not that I think people should be doing, bad things out there, but it's interesting when people get so bent out of shape about those kind of things, to me.
Well, yeah, and it's a personal thing, not a professional thing. But
shouldn't affect their job, although I think it does affect his job.
Yeah, I mean, he's like showing up to this very important meeting, or it's not even a meeting, it's the situation room.
It's like a crisis room.
Crisis room. He's late because he was with a prostitute.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Getting down. So that's when you should feel ashamed of what you've done, politicians out there.
Totally.
So, who is it? His secretary or his aide knocks on the door and basically pulls him out of bed and takes him down to this meeting with the president.
And is like, you got to get your stuff together, girl, because...
He says that.
She says that. Because you're a mess.
Yeah. And apparently his breath smells terrible. She keeps commenting on his breath. It's terrible. Take a mint. He says no. You don't remember that?
No, I totally remember that. I was just thinking, like, why would you be having the sex with bad breath?
I mean, maybe he was too drunk to care.
Oh, he's drunk.
I got the feeling that he was still at least a little tipsy or high off of something.
Yeah, okay.
Fair. And plus, he's paying that woman, so she doesn't care. She's not going to say anything.
But when I'm paying my prostitutes, I have fresh breath.
Yeah. Well, you're more considerate than Walter.
What do you do with your prostitutes?
Just to keep them happy.
Good job. Anyway, so yeah, and he doesn't take anything seriously, which I think is so funny because he's such a high-ranking official. I mean, he is the Secretary of State.
He doesn't take anything seriously, yet at the same time in the boardroom, he's the one that's always trying to keep the peace. So.
And maybe the voice of reason.
Yeah. Because, I mean, he is very blunt with everything.
Yeah.
When that beautiful and intelligent woman who spoke the Pakistani language that they were speaking came in and started translating, he says to his aide, get me her number.
Right.
So, of course, he's listening to what they're saying, but he's also concerned with his lower region.
Maybe an evil genius.
Mean girl.
I get angry.
I get angry too. So I love that he's like, get them the Thai food.
Well, that's the other thing. He seems just as preoccupied with whether or not he's going to get soup or an egg roll with his Thai food as he is with dropping bombs in the Middle East.
Yeah. I guess that shows you how hungry he is.
Hungry
as a hippo.
Yep, that's a
fun game. Oh my gosh.
I want to play a life-size version.
How would you do that?
I could play
you
the
would
hippo.
be the hippo.
And I could have three
what
other...
would you be eating?
Pizza balls.
Pizza balls. Totino pizza rolls.
Yep, maybe.
Delicious.
So that's going on with Walter.
Yeah, and he's got beef with the guy sitting next to him. I wasn't quite clear on who that was. Were you?
No, but I think that character will be his foil throughout the series.
Prediction.
Oh, gosh.
Should have saved it for the end. The president seems interesting, too. He seems like he's got a quick trigger finger.
Yeah.
As opposed to Walter.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he's more interested in just, let's go for the bomb.
Totally.
Which I'm not interested in. I'm on Walter's side with that one. So meanwhile, during all this, we have Jack Black's character who is named Alex Talbot, but they call him Talbot for most of the time.
Right.
And he is with his driver. Well, first he starts out talking to someone, and it's clear that people don't take him seriously.
Right. He's sort of like the clown of the U.S. Embassy, I think.
The clown of the U.S. Embassy.
Right.
That makes it sound like he goes around entertaining everyone and wearing a red nose.
I know, but almost.
Yeah, and it might be that way. So, but he still has a driver.
Probably he doesn't wear
Not
a red nose.
literally.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Got it.
Not literally like that, but he might be the guy that everyone makes fun of. You know, like everyone knows that one person that's, you know, silly and you feel kind of bad for them, but they're funny because they are who they are. I think that's Jack Black in this situation. So anyway, he has enough clout, though, to have a driver, which is great. So for him.
We wish we had a driver.
I wish I had a good driver.
I have to drive myself home after AfterBuzz.
Oh, gosh.
And the paparazzi chase me. They go, John, please, picture. I say, you guys, no. I would be out all night.
Yeah.
If I signed all your autographs.
All night. Kids gotta sleep.
I know. Gosh.
I need some Z's.
Z's.
1, 2, 3 Z's.
He is a really, I like this. I like seeing Jack Black in a muted role.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, he's the silly guy.
There was only one time when I saw him go into his, like, I'm Jack Black thing, you know?
I don't remember that.
It was in the back of the taxi or whatever the car was.
Sure.
When he was talking about getting with the girl.
Right.
So what was that thing that he bought, though? Because he got out of the car when Rafi, his driver, was driving him. Oh, that was pot. You're right. Yes. Okay. So he bought pot because he wanted to get with some girl.
Yeah, because there was going to be a big party, a big embassy party.
Big embassy at the embassy suites.
But I think that not anymore. It will happen.
Not anymore because there's this huge riot happening in the middle of the marketplace where he had gone to buy the pot.
Yeah.
And they're saying that it's because of the election results.
Right.
These people are rioting. And so Rafi, the driver, is like, Jack Black. No, he said Alex Talbot. Talbot, get out of the car. We gotta get you to safety. You're like a target right now.
Right. So
they go to Rafi's house. They end up like kind of escaping the whole thing, and people are turning the car over. It's very scary. And they go into his house, and Jack Black is absolutely astounded by how beautiful it is. Mm-hmm. It's got a nice big pool. I thought you were telling me I had something on my nose when you went like that.
No, it's just itching.
Oh, just a small itch.
Just a scratch. Can you blame me?
I couldn't. Never. So Rafi's parents make some comment about how Jack Black's character Alex is like always saying very offensive things about Pakistan,
right? And
how he's so uninformed. And he said something when he walked into the house, like, "Oh, I thought it'd be made out of mud and sticks, but it's a beautiful, very big house. Yes. Maybe not a mansion, but a nice size,
sizable. There's a swimming pool,
a big one." So anyway, we meet the whole fam. We meet the mom and dad. Find out the dad's an author. He's got something going with Random House. And then we meet the uncle, he seems white. Did he look white to you?
And British.
Was he British?
I think he might be a little white.
Just a smidge white?
Well, you know.
Yeah, you mean he's mixed raced.
That's what I imagined.
Okay, because he is gray, so sometimes when people get older, you kind of can't tell anymore.
He doesn't have the accent. He has a British accent.
It seemed American to me.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
To me. But maybe it was a mixture.
Mixture of accents.
Accents, mixture.
Yeah.
He's just a mixed bag. So anyway,
shake it up.
We find out that he is a psychiatrist or psychologist, and he actually had this he seems like a crazy president, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Well, he is.
He is.
Certifiably
insane. So we find out that he had treated this guy who is now the president of Pakistan, or the leader. I don't know if it's officially a president. Is it president?
That's a good question.
I think we didn't ever find out the exact term. We just know that there was an election. Someone is elected. People are protesting it. Yeah. And that there's this new leader. So he was once his psychiatrist, and he says that he's schizophrenic, which is not exactly what you want when you think of someone in office, because, they're certainly a mixed bag.
That's why I didn't vote for Sarah Palin. What?
Oh, it's getting so controversial.
I know, but I couldn't vote for Sarah Palin because she was not running for president.
That's what I'm saying.
So my joke didn't work.
It's okay.
Oh, damn.
Next time. So, yes, that happened. And Jack Black gets a little spark in his head during that time. And so the sister also comes in, and Jack Black's got a little crush on that sister. Sister of Rafi, the driver. Mm-hmm. So the family goes to sleep. All are slumber. And Jack Black goes and scurries into the office of the uncle. And somehow, I don't know how he would have known where that was, but he finds the file.
Well, because the uncle said he had the files up in his room.
Oh. So he must have known where the uncle was sleeping.
Yeah, or where his office was.
Yeah. So anyway, he goes in and scurries and finds the file very quickly and makes a quick fax over to the old situation room. And then the uncle comes in, sees what's going on, starts freaking out because... he's afraid that they're going to get killed by this schizophrenic leader, and attacks Jack Black, breaks the fax machine, but not before a few of those faxes get through.
Right.
So that's where we're left at with that storyline.
Yeah.
Now, during all of this, we have an appearance from a show that Johnny and I both watch called Orange is the New Black. You might be familiar. Original Netflix programming. Porn Stash? He's in this show. It's awesome. So his name is Pablo... Schreiber, right? That's how you say it. Schreiber. Is that right? Well,
I'll say yes.
He's playing Zeke, and he is in the Air Force. And this guy's got a lot of problems. Actually, he's knocked up a person on this show as well, which is crazy because I feel like all characters he plays just are going to either be accused of knocking up someone or actually knocking up someone.
Right.
So he's saying he's having like the worst day ever. He's trying to get drugs from his ex-wife at the beginning of this show.
Right.
Yeah. But he looks really attractive in this show.
Yeah, he cleans up well.
Yeah, very handsome. I mean, because I didn't feel any longing for him whatsoever in Orange is the New Black, probably because of his persona and that very unattractive mustache.
Right.
But in this show, there's just something about him that
want in.
I want in.
Knock, knock, knock. Hey, Porn Stash.
You want to be my friend?
Yep.
Yeah, he'd love to. So, and he's real chummy with this other guy. Apparently, he's kind of like the local drug dealer. So even his top officer was getting drugs off of him.
Yeah.
So anyway, they end up going in the plane because he's a pilot. And they're going on a special mission. And it turns out the special mission came from old Presidente of the United States. And it's to do a bombing, correct? Mm-hmm. So he's up in the sky and he's feeling really stressed because this day is just going so terribly. So he decides to pop a Xanax. He gives one to the guy behind him. And as they're flying along, the guy behind him is like, my face is numb. And then he is saying that he is kind of scared because they're supposed to be dropping this bomb in the middle of a village.
Right.
And he thinks, oh, this has to be wrong. So he makes a call in. And then things start to seem like they're going wrong. Right.
He popped the wrong pill.
Wrong pill, wrong day.
Right.
So we don't know what the pill is yet.
But he's going cray-cray.
Yeah, he's going cray-cray. He's spinning around. So at this point, the two stories collide. So it's Tim Robbins' character, Walter Larson, and the whole panic room. What were we calling that?
The crisis.
The crisis center, the crisis room. The boardroom, basically where the president and everyone is, talking over what they're going to do. Are they going to start World War III here? He is brought in. There's some sort of Skype image of him brought in.
Right.
And it starts out well, and then that's when we realize something has gone very wrong because the plane seems to do a flip. He's swearing and losing it, basically. And so that's where this episode is left off.
Yeah, and it's it's I think a great pilot because it sets up each character and their unique individual lives, but shows how they intertwine as well.
Yeah.
And sort of leaves us on a cliffhanger.
Right. And what do you think? Because we were wondering, okay, is Jack Black in the CIA? We know he was part of the embassy, but he's not in the CIA.
He's not
he
because
tried to be.
He tried twice to get in.
Yeah,
and
but they said no. So, but there is some sort of connection there with Walter, right? I think that's happening.
Yes, they met and went out partying together.
Oh,
Remember?
When was that mentioned?
Jack Black was telling Rafi that and said, I got him 2 blonde Asians to have sex with.
There you go. Okay.
He's like, do you know how hard that is? I'm wondering how the season will play out because it's only 8 episodes. I'm wondering if it will all happen in one night.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Because I don't know. It was really interesting. I'm hooked.
Yeah. Me too. I think it's just enough. I was actually nervous going into it with any new show.
Me
you know,
too.
I'm like, oh, I hope I like it. It's like a first date, you know?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I just want to like you because I'm putting my time into you, and you always want it to work out.
Right.
But I think this one,
you're gonna get married.
I think we're gonna
hear
get
wedding
married.
bells.
Ring, ring, wedding bells.
Yeah.
I think so. Well, anything you want to say? Any emotions you're feeling?
I mean, I just think that it's so hard with the first episode.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm in the world. I think they've created a good world, and I now want to see what the drama is.
Right. It's also confusing. Like the first episode, you're always trying to get down all the names.
Of course.
And who's what relationships everyone has and who everyone is.
Yes.
So you're kind of still getting your footing, but I like it so far.
I agree.
Feels right.
Me too.
Feels real right.
Should we make some predictions?
I have a little bit of news actually, but we can do predictions first
now,
if you want.
Your AFTERBUZZ TV.
Who dat?
Oh.
Who is that? Is that you, Marianne Menounos?
It's her. She always comes in with flashing lights.
You have a prediction?
I have a prediction. Yeah, I think that we are going to find out more about the characters, obviously, and how all of their relationships intertwine. I think we're going to find out more about this president/leader of Pakistan, what's going on there. Mm-hmm. He had some far out ideas about like how they're being poisoned by drones and their reproductive systems are being thrown off. So we're going to get deeper into that psyche. I hope that there isn't a World War III, but that might be happening.
I know.
Yeah. That's so scary.
Don't even.
I don't like
even
cancel
having that off the
out.
airwaves.
Cancel.
My prediction is that Jack Black, because he found these documents, he's going to be sort of like rewarded for that, and they might give him maybe they'll bring him on for secret missions, things like that, even though this was just sort of him sort of bumbling around like the idiot he is.
Right.
I think his position will rise now because he found these important documents. And I also think that there's going to be a lot of tension between Walter and that guy who didn't want anything
the
to
one
do
that
with
was
him.
sitting next to him.
Right.
Yeah, that they were always fighting.
I'm worried about this plane. Is it going to crash?
Yeah, probably. I mean, but it might be better that it crashes so that he doesn't drop a bomb and kill a whole village.
That's true.
You know?
Then one of our main characters dies.
But I don't think he's going to die. Because,
Okay.
I mean, I've looked at the IMDb page, so he's not going to die.
Or maybe the rest
it'll
of
be
his
a lost
episodes
situation.
are from heaven. Cool.
That would be great.
It would be
and
cool.
some
Lost
other cool things
2.0.
are coming down the pipeline too. Tim Robbins is actually going to be directing a few of the episodes, which is really cool.
That's great.
And I'm just excited to see what the show has to offer.
Me too. Yeah, I mean, I think that it's sort of a blank slate right now, but I like where it's headed.
And I think it's going to be good for America because I'm going to go home tonight and look up a lot of things going on in Pakistan, see how much is based on reality, what they're kind of fabricating. I think it will be good for us to use this to learn about each other's cultures and hopefully to warn us that we need to create peace.
Amen, sister.
Amen. Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Father's Day.
Yes, it is Father's Day. And thank you for tuning in with us on this joyous occasion. My name is Lauren Lograsso. What you just saw was AfterBuzz TV. We debriefed the pilot episode of The Brink. And you can find me, Lauren, on Twitter and Instagram @LoloLogro and Facebook.com/Lauren Lograsso.
Thanks for watching, guys. My name's John Manganello. It's been a pleasure.
A real one.
And if you want to continue this pleasure, you better follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Johnny Mangs.
I think they're going to do it, folks.
It's a pleasing event.
It's a pleasing event.
I'll be on my phone all night waiting for those followers.
Ooh, fingers crossed. Thank you guys so much for watching. We can't wait to discover this show with you. And have a great night.
Mwah!
Mwah.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.